Hi guys, good evening all. In today's session, we are discussing about the practicals of Python. So far, we discussed in yesterday's session, we discussed about the Google Colab. How many of you installed the Google Colab? One. Yeah. So before writing any Python, so before the way you are learned English, before learning English, you learn the alphabets and you also learn different what to do, what not to do. Similarly, if you want to learn any language in Python, so you need to be aware of the few basic things you need to keep in your mind. First thing, Python is a case sensitive. What do you mean by case sensitive? What is the definition of case sensitive, guys? Any idea? What is the definition of case sensitive? So case sensitive means if I write capital ABC or small ABC, both are not equal. If you write capital ABC, so starting with the capital A, here it start with the small ABC. While using any function name or variable name, you must be very careful with this. For example, you create a different function. You create a one function called to run the calculator. So whenever you call the calculator, it should be must be careful with the respect of capital letters and small letters. For example, here we have taken the new world is not same as new world is not same as new world. So, so here in this case, new world we have written with the capital word, capital, and here we have written the small n. So let's understand. So function, how do you call which is the function? Anything which is also easy to remember, anything which is associated with parenthesis, anything associated with a parenthesis that is called as the function. Suppose, do you observe any difference here? Here, this one and this one print. Do you observe any difference here? Do you observe any difference here? Do you observe any difference here? Here, it started with the capital A, it started with the small p. So both are not the same. Why it is not same? Because of case sensitive. Before you start writing the Python code, you need to understand, you need to remember one important point is that Python is a case sensitive language. What is that? Python is a case sensitive language. Very important. Okay. Let's understand with an example. So whatever we understand, let's understand with an example. So for example, we started about the material. So November 24 classes. So Python codes we discussed today 15th, right? Let's say go to the more. I'm using the Google Collaboratory. Right? Today topic. Let's say open this. Let it open. It may take. Let it open, guys. Okay. So here, okay, I'm writing. Let's say print. Okay, let's connect. So it is connecting, guys. It is connecting to the GPU or TPU, whichever is the one we are using. Okay. So here I'm writing the first I'm writing here print hello world. Hello world. Now, what is this meaning? What is this meaning here? Did we use the small letter or capital letter P? Did we use the small letter or capital letter? Did we use the small letter or capital P? We have used the small p. When I execute this, control enter, I can use the control enter also in the keyboard. So it given the answer. For example, if I take the new one, if I use capital P, hello world. No. Any difference the one which is the which execute above one now? Any difference we have? Any difference we have? Yes, we observe very difference, and also it giving the some. Can you see some? It is highlighting also because as I said that Python is a case sensitive because Python is a case sensitive. It is highlighting the error also. It highlighting the error also. Let's see. It throws an error. Name print is not defined. So we got an error, right? So explain the error. If I explain the error, see, it will suggest you what is the error here. Print is the error message name error. Print is not defined, indicating the Python interpreter cannot find the function or a variable named print. This is happening because built-in function for the printing console is print lowercase. not the print capital case. As I already mentioned that Python is a case sensitive, which means it treat print and print distinct elements. Both are not the same. It's just giving the idea also. So one benefit with the Google Colab, whenever it throws an error, it will give you the suggestion also why the error happened and all. So what is the correct error? So it has given the correct error the below. Here the error correct error is the below. So now it has changed the capital print to small print. So that is what the meaning of case sensitive. Are you clear about this? Any doubt or any questions about this? First point. Any doubt, any questions about this? Clear, right, everyone? Are you clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So like the way you learn in English, how many alphabets you have? How many alphabets we have? So 26 alphabets. So how do you learn the English language? First you learn the letters like alphabets, followed by you can learn the letters, a collection of words you can say. From the words you can learn sentence. From the sentence you can write the paragraph. That's how you can test, right? Right, statements and all. Similarly, if you want to write a Python code, you need to define the keywords. So can you execute this basic? Can you execute this? What happens each one? Can you write one by one? Can you execute in your system? I'll give 2 minutes of time. Can you tell me what is the answer of this? Can you tell me first one? If I execute, can you execute this? So what is the first one? 2 plus 4. If I execute 2 plus 4, I've just given the number 2 plus 4. So automatically the answer it will give 6. Suppose 10 into 5, you can play the multiplications also. Some multiplication divisions and everything can be done. Suppose print of 550 comma 420. Something we are written. Print of 50 comma 420. Right? 50 comma 420. So print of 50 comma 420, which is 470 of the, which is 470. Print of 50 comma 420, which will give the 470 of the word. So similarly, if I write welcome to print, welcome to AI class. What is wrong here? What is wrong here? Can anyone guess what is wrong here? What is
Capital
wrong
P.
here? Capital P. Again, you know, right? It is a explain error. It will suggest the what is the error and all. So to overcome this, you need to write print welcome to AI class. So it will print you the welcome to AI class of the world. Welcome to AI class of the world. Am I right? So then we will write. So that's how we understand about this. Welcome to AI. Print 191 plus 250. So it given the some number 441. It given some number which is 441. Right? So that is what the answer, right? Now, similarly, if I write first thing you need to understand one very, very important topic, we need to understand the keywords and identifier. So keywords are the reserved words which cannot be used anywhere. Those are the keywords help us to define the structure or syntax of the Python. So basically, what is the use of the keywords? It is used to help us to define the syntax or structure of the Python. Without knowing the keyword, we cannot able to write the Python programming language. If I want to say simply, keywords are is nothing but your articles and preposition. In English language, what are the articles we have in English language? What are the different articles we have in English language? In English language, what are the different articles we have? What are the articles? What are the articles in English language? Come on. Articles and prepositions. What are the articles and prepositions? Hello? 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 Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm asking you. I don't know. What is
At,
the
the,
see the
all those are
articles
prepositions.
a and the prepositions is are, was, were, and all. So a and a and the. So basically, a and the is the article. Is it possible to write any statement in English language, any passage or a paragraph? Let's forget about the passage. Any one statement, one word. I mean, one statement. Is it possible to write a statement without articles and preposition in English language? Tell me any statement without articles and preposition. At least maybe you can use the, a, an, is, are, was, were, yet, am, I. Right? Is it possible to write English language without articles and prepositions?
No, sir.
No. Similarly, similarly, without keywords, we cannot use or we cannot define the syntax and structure of the Python programming. So, okay. Identifier, I will talk about the identifier. So, there are 35 keywords in that. The one which highlighted in the red color, these only started with the capital letters. Rest all keywords Rest all keywords are started in the lowercase letter only. Rest all the keywords are started in the lowercase letter only. And assert, async, like all this. If you want to write some conditional statements, you can use this. If you want to write your own user-defined functions, libraries, you can use the def. Right? If you want to loop it, you can use this. Right? If you want to use exceptional, all these things we can use. One by one, we'll discuss later. Time to time, each module wise, we'll get the one by one. Right? So how do I get this? So let's see. Go to here, import. So let's say I want to understand import keywords. Import keyword. So let's understand what are the keyword list we have. So import keyword is a keyword list we have. Import means we're importing keyword dot keyword list. Keyword list. What are the different keyword list we have? So if I write something print of, so these are the keywords we have. See, these are the keywords. Or if you doubt about this without print, you can write key. I'll talk about that. Keyword dot keyword list. So these are the same total keywords which I have used just now. All the one. Yield, try, if, and all. So true, false, none. These are the only three keywords which are the capital letters. All these things. Now, let me ask you one question to everyone. How many of you understand these two statements, two cells? What is the meaning of the first cell? What is the meaning of second cell? Can you explain me? What is the meaning of the first cell? What is the meaning of second cell? Can you explain me, guys?
Which one's the keyword list and the response one?
Yeah. So first, what we want to know, you are discussing about the keyword topic, right? So keyword, if you want to understand what are the different keyword list we have in Python, first we need to import the library. This keyword is a one library. So like NumPy is a library, Pandas is a library, simple keyword is a another library. Import means, what is the meaning of import? Invoking the keyword library. By default, we cannot use all the required libraries by default. If you want to use the particular library, be it a NumPy, be it a Pandas, be it a Matplotlib, be it a math library, be it a date library, be it OS library, first we need to invoke particular library into Python framework. So how do you invoke the library into Python framework? By using a keyword called import. See, can you see the import here in the list? Can you see the list in the import? So import is also another keyword. So that means we are invoking, we are informing to the Python, we are invoking the particular library. What library we are invoking to the Python? We are invoking the keyword library into Python. Okay. So once you invoking the library, what are the list we are looking? We are looking about the keyword list. What are the different keyword list we have? So whenever you want to use some function or some statement, so first always need to write the library name dot dot keyword list. Keyword list. Keyword list. What are the keyword list we are using it?
But
What are the
sir,
keyword
one
list?
question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So in order to use any keyword, we don't. I mean, I'm comparing with other languages like Java or C,
Uh-huh.
R
Uh-huh.
language, right? To use any keyword, we don't need to import anything. And as far as I mean, my knowledge, even to use any keyword in Python, also we don't need to import any keyword
No,
package or like.
no, keyword is a package. See, keyword is a package or library. Suppose you want to use the pandas directly, you cannot use the pandas. You need to import first. Import means you are utilizing it, all the functions and all. So here, what is a package means collection of functions. Directly cannot use the function unless until you activate the, for example, it is like a simple to say, or it is like your bank account. Simple, let me understand the bank account. So if you want to transfer money from your bank account to my account, is it possible without open the net banking? Is it possible to transfer? Of course, forget about the phone pay and all. If you want to transfer 10 lakhs, how do you transfer the money from one account to another account? How do you transfer?
We need to add the users and all those
So
process.
before adding, you need to log in, right?
Right, right.
Without logging into proper login, will you able to access authorize the particular account? Definitely no. Simple. In order to, so once you logged into that, you can add the user. That is one function. You can initiate the payment. That is another function. Payment, answer the authorize the OTP. And that's a different function. You can check the balance. Let's say you can delete the account. These are the different functionalities. When you are able to do that, once you are authorize the account, then you are able to do. Similarly, if you want to use the functions of a particular library, first you need to authorize that library. So that means you have need to
So,
write to access the library. That can be done with the
yeah.
help of import keyword.
One,
That's simple.
one
Ah,
another question, sir. Then,
go
so
ahead.
in the previous statement, like if you go back to the like that printing 441
Ah,
thing, okay.
hmm.
So you are printing that 441 directly by adding print
So yeah,
191
this is a
plus
print is a
250.
built-in function. It is a print is a built-in function which is built on top within Python. This keyword or anything, these are not built-in function. It is created by someone. For example, pandas. It is not a built-in function. Within the Python, it is not built-in. Just they've added to the Python to utilization point of view.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, yeah,
It is
yeah.
not a
Because
built-in function. Yeah,
the
I
reason I'm
understood that.
asking is,
Please go
yeah,
ahead, please.
yeah. I mean, so in my system, I have this pie chart.
Hmm.
In that directly, I am writing the code without importing the keyword thing. Like I'm writing if else statements, I'm writing while loops without importing the keyword.
No, no, while
So,
loop and all is not required. See, this is the import keyword. You want to understand what are the keys you have. Want to understand, you want to know the what are the different keys. For example, you want to write the for loop. No need to use import keyword every time. For example, you want to use
mhm.
the if. No need to use every time. Directly can use it. For example, you have lambda and local and all. No need to use every time. Suppose you want to loops and all. For loop and while loop. No need to use keyword. So why I've used a keyword? These are the built-in functions. So what are the keyword list we have? To understand that I've used one of the what are the keyword list we have in Python. For that I've used the import keyword. Otherwise it is not required.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Got it, got it.
Got it. Just want to see because so
Yeah, yeah.
here yeah I displayed in Python in PPT I displayed these are the words. How did I get these words or how did I get this list? In order to show you that I've used this example. So you want to use this, whatever else, let's say elif, del, delete, def, and all. If you want to use all these things, you are not required to use keyword library.
Got
Make
it, got
sense?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Now, keyword, import keyword, keyword data, queue list, keyword list. Right. None, true, undo, as, asset, await, break, class, and all. These are the keyword list in Python. Right. Next. So without these are the list which help us to define the structure and the syntax of the Python program. So next one is identifier. Names given to variable. If you want to create a 1000, 2000 number, anything, you are assigned the variable. What is the variable functions under? I will explain. So identifier is a name given entity like a class, function, variables, and all. So simple to say, identifier is to differentiate from one entity to another entity. For example, Avinash, what is your name? What is your name?
Avinash.
So again, sir, you know my name. Why you're calling? So why they kept name of Avinash? Because how do I call you if you don't have a name? How people will call you? How people will call you? Not only Avinash, everyone. If you don't have a name, how people will call you? Why they kept name to everyone? Why they kept to name everyone? See, if I ask, yeah, why they kept name to everyone? Identifier, right? So for example, if I talk, if I ask you, tell me what is the India's favorite brand, Indian's favorite brand in IT industry, Indian company. What is the favorite Indian's IT brand, IT company name? What do you say? Indian company should be Indian company. What name comes to your mind?
Maybe Tata.
Maybe TCS,
TCS.
maybe yeah, maybe Infosys, maybe Wipro, right? Right. So how do you know, how do you identify it? Because it is a distinct name or a unique name which cannot be the same for all the companies. Right. Similarly, account, bank account. Does everyone have the same bank account or will everyone have different bank accounts like PAN card, Aadhaar card, SSN number? Does everyone will have the same Aadhaar card, same SSN number?
No, sir.
Definitely. Definitely no. Definitely no. Everyone will have different. So same when you create your own functions, when you create your own name, to distinct from one function to another function, we can use a name. Those names are called as the identifier. Those names are called identifier, right? Now, now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? Right? Now, let's see. So I how do so in order to write the, for example, while creating a while no while put a name while doing the what is the process? The name ceremony. Does your parents follow any rules? Does your parents follow any rules? Yes or no? Does your parent follow any no? Vivek, I think you have one kid if I'm not wrong. Did you follow any rules
Yes,
to
yes, we
keep?
do follow.
What are
Yeah.
the rules? What are the rules? If you are
Day,
willing
time,
to share, yeah, please. Maybe
daytime, and the
how
birth.
did you identify the name based on the date,
Yeah,
on a day,
based
on
on
which
the
day, time,
correct, correct.
and anything else based on the
Birth
star
star,
name
birth
and what
star.
else,
I think these are the
right?
things.
These are the things. Similarly, in order to create the way we created our names, similarly, in order to create the identifiers, we also follow the similar rules. Identifier to create our two rules to create the identifiers. Identifier is a combination of lowercase letters. What is the lowercase? Small a to z. R uppercase, capital A to Z. R digits 0 to 9. R underscore. It is a combination of these four things. Lowercase, uppercase, digits, R underscore. So my name, it can be anything. My name, var underscore 10, print this is to screen, all are valid. So when you write the identifier, you cannot start with the digit. You cannot start with that. Keywords cannot be, whatever the keywords we discussed in the last slide, those keywords cannot be used on identifier except underscore. We cannot use any other special character such as like exclamatory mark, at the rate, hash, dollar symbol, percentage. Only one special symbol we can able to use, that is underscore. Now, identifier guys can be of any length. So in other languages, probably if Java 32 characters or 10 characters, 12 characters, something like that. Here you can write 100 characters also. Length of the each name, each identifier can be of any length. There is no limit, right? So if you someone asks you how did you create an identifier, identifier is a combination of letters which can be either in a lowercase or uppercase or digits or underscore. However, we also need to, along with this combination, we also need to remember some conditions. It cannot start with a digit. Cannot be used as an, keywords cannot be used as an identifier. Keywords cannot be used as an identifier. We cannot use any special symbol. It cannot be of any length. It cannot be of any, it can be any length, right, these are the, for example, a b x y z. Is it an identifier? Is it an identifier? Is it an identifier? Come on guys, I don't know.
No, sir. No,
Is it
sir.
an identifier, yes or no?
No, no, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, why it is yes, why it is no?
Yes, is because it's used with a lowercase, so
Uh-huh.
it satisfies the condition.
But it is also having the space,
There is
right?
a space, yeah, but there is a space, but I don't see a space condition given here.
No, we cannot use special symbols, right? Special symbol, special symbol, right?
Oh, okay,
Except
okay,
underscore, we cannot use any other string.
got it.
Yeah, 1 2 3 a b c. What about now?
No, sir. The identifier starting with numbers.
Identifier started with a number. We cannot use this. We cannot use this, right? We cannot use this, right? We cannot use this, right? Now that's it. So identifier points. Remember, Python is a case sensitive language. World is not the same. For example, always given a name identifier that makes sense. A is equal to 10. After 1 year looking at a is equal to 10, what does it mean? 10 is a value which is assigned to an identifier a. Is it a valid name? I'm not saying that. So instead of that, if you write something count is equal to 25. So always you are writing the identifier which would make sense, which everyone can easily identify it, rather than giving the xyz is equal to 20, 30. What do you mean by xyz? Does it have xyz have any meaning? Definitely no. Instead of that, age is equal to 40. Does it have a meaning? Age of, let's say, KSR is 30. Does it have a meaning? Yes.
Yes, sir.
For example, age of, let's say, Vivek. Does it have meaning? If I write XYZ is equal to 30, what is the meaning of XYZ? Of course, technically, it is an identifier. Technically, it is an identifier. Technically, it is an identifier. However, it does not make sense. It is a make sense technically, but what is the meaning? Theoretical meaning, grammatical meaning does have no meaning. Hence, always prefer to use valid name. Valid name. Always use the valid name. If I use a multiple words, always this is a long. For example, this is a long variable. If you read this entire thing, does it have any meaning in English language? Does it have any meaning? This is ideally it should be space, right? So as space is not allowed, so to separate each word, always prefer to use underscore like this. This is a long variable. This underscore is underscore a underscore long underscore variable. This is a long variable of the given data. This is a long underscore variable of the given data. All right. Now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? Right. So these are the identifiers. Now, are you clear about the keywords and identifier? Any doubts about the keywords and identifiers?
Clear, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Clear, sir.
Let me write down. So let me write down few example practical. For example, count is equal to 25. How do you read this? If you want to read, 25 is a value which is assigned to an identifier count. 25 is a value which is assigned to an identifier count. 25 is a value which is assigned to an identifier count. Let's execute this. If you want to display the count, if you write the next slide count, if you call the count, it will display the value 25. Or other way around, you can also print of count, which will give the value of 25. Right? Are you clear about this? Any confusion, any doubt on this point?
Clear, sir.
Can you write similar your example, write age is equal to your own age? Can you perform the similar thing? I'll give 1 minute of time. Please do it. Please do it. Okay. Now let's discuss about the next one is statements and comments. So what is statement? How do you write the statements and comments in Python? So what do you mean by statement? For example, ABC is equal to, I'm just giving an example. What is this meaning? 10 is a value. We are giving a instruction to the Python. Generally, Python is a programming, unless until generally Python programming language is a lazy programming language. Unless until we given an instruction to the Python, it never executes. It never executes. So here ABC is equal to 10. What does it mean? 10 is a value which is assigned to a variable called, or which is assigned to an identifier called ABC. So this is entire thing called a statement. We are giving an instruction to the Python interpreter can execute, or called as whatever Python executing, each one is called as the statement. Here is equal means assigning, right? Then it is called assignment statement. Suppose if I ask you to write age is equal to 40, how do you understand this? How do you call this one? How do you interpret this one? Age is equal to 40. How do you interpret this one?
So 40 is assigned to a identifier or a variable called age.
40 is assigned. 40 is a value which is assigned to assigned means equal. Because of that, we are using a word called assigned. Right? To an identifier. Age is an identifier, right? Age is an identifier. Right? Age is an identifier. So hence assigned. This statement is called assigned because of assigned. This is called assignment statement. The statement is called assignment statement. Some of the statements such as like if statement, for statement, and while statement. While statement. Some of them are if statement. Like there are many things. While statement, if statement. These things will cover. Have you ever heard about somewhere if, for, while? So if you go back here, can you see the if? Can you see the for? Can you see the while? So some of the keywords are also can be used in statements. Okay. Okay. But when we discuss about the if statements, conditional statement, we discuss the looping construct. There I will talk about these modules, these points in detail. Right. Right. So you can write something like z is equal. For example, let's see. For example, I have written something called age is equal to 40. How do you interpret this? 40 is a value which is which is assigned to an identifier age, right? So how many statements we have written here? How many statements we have written here? How many statements I have written here? Does we have written a single statement or multiple statement in this example?
Single.
Single, okay, single, right? Nilima, agree? Right? Suppose I want to write the multiple statements. How to write age of KSR is equal to 40, age of Mahesh is equal to 60, 50, age of let's say Dalvir is equal to 70, age of let's say Danvik is equal to 4, age of Money is equal to 27 or 20 something I've written. Now tell me how many statements I've written here? How many statements I've written here?
5.
5 statement. So that means does we have written more than one statement? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Suppose you want to write one statement, for example, ABC is equal to 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50 plus 60 plus 70 plus and so on. So here I have written that. Suppose if I write something 80 plus 90 something. So it throws an error. So because for reading better reading purpose, I have moved few of the data point next line. So if you want to write the multi-line statements, how do we use? We use the end of statement must be marked by the new line character. Right? End of statement must be marked by new line character. We can use statement. So if you want to write the multiple lines, use a continuation character. So as I said, Python cannot able to identify it until we give an instruction, as it is because of Python a lazy language. So if you want to write the multiple lines for some same thing, we use slash. The slash is called continuation character. So how do I write here? So the same example here, for example, the same example, even let's explain the error, try to understand the error. What is happened here? Think it. Let's see. See, there are Indian expected areas. So line 2 is unexpectedly indented. Python is in right different block. So here Python expect all lines within a single statement to have the same level of indent. The plus sign at the start of the second line interpreted as indented. Fill there is. So what is indentation and all? Explain changes using black slash, that is continuous character. We have added black slash at the end of the first line. This tell Python statement is continuing in the next line. See. So what we have done for this error, we are using the backslash. So at the moment we have added the backslash at the end of the first line, it tells Python that statement is continuing on the next line. It will help us avoiding the indentation error. So how do I write this? Sorry. So just in the first line, I add the slash. See, automatically it got some value. Understood? Can you execute this? You'll get some experience. Can you execute this? Understood? This is the one example of multi-line. This is called multi-line statements. Can you execute this? Done? Hello.
Done.
Everyone done, guys? Everyone completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now understood about the what? Suppose there is another way. Suppose there is another way to write this. There is another way to write this. ABC is equal to 20. Semicolon ABC1 is equal to 40. Semicolon ABC2 is equal to 50. Semicolon ABC3 is equal to 60. ABC4 is equal to 70. Something I've written. Right. Right. Something I've written. So this is also multi-line statement only. But here, after each statement, we have the semicolon. What does it mean? So it assumes that there is only one line, I mean one statement in this line. This is also called as multiple line statement. So this is the next step. Right. So we can also use the multiple line statement single by using semicolon. So this is also semicolon, right? So if you write this, ABC means 20. So print of, right? Print of ABC, print of ABC1, print of ABC2, print of ABC, right? So automatically it will print all the values. Can you execute this? So multiple line statement is in single line, we can use the multi-line statements. However, each identifier or each statement must be end with the semicolon. Then even if you write in the single line also, it will be considered multi-line statement only. Now can you execute this? Right? Done.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I have few variables like a few identifiers. ABC is equal to XYZ is equal to XYZ is equal to CDE is equal to 40. What does it mean, guys? What does it mean?
40 is equal to ABX.
So what does it mean? 40 is assigned. It is also multi-line statement. Same value is assigned to different identifiers. So same value is assigned to same value assigned to same value is assigned to multiple variables. So print of ABX, print of XYZ, print of SSS, it will give the same value only. Again, it also will be considered as multi-line statement only. Again, it also will be considered as multi-line statement only. Now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? Okay. Now, this is what the multi-line comments of the given data. So some other people can also write within the square bracket also, within the parents also, we can write for better understanding about this. These are the buried comments. So comments, okay. Are you clear about the statement, guys? Any doubt about the statement? Any doubt about the any doubt about the statement? Sai, Varshit, Sumant, Sindhu, Sajita, Vima, Abhishek, Afseen, Henry, Lakshmi. Any doubt about this?
No, sir.
Hmm. Okay. So comments. Next topic is the comments. Comments plays a vital role. So suppose if you written a code, imagine a scenario. Imagine a scenario, everyone. If I ask you what food you ate yesterday night, what food you ate yesterday, what is the curry you ate, or what food you ate in yesterday night? Avinash, Venkateshwari, what curry or what food you ate yesterday night? Come on. Come on, guys.
Dosa.
Dosha. 3 days ago?
No, yesterday.
3 days ago, what you ate?
3 days ago, I'm not sure.
Okay. So whatever we ate 3 days ago, we could not able to remember. Imagine a scenario. You have written some program an year ago or 2 year two. Would it be possible what you have written, why you have written that code? What is the likely chances to remember? What is the likely chances to remember? Very, very less likely chances to remember. Or in another scenario, in another scenario, in another scenario, you are, let's say you are working on one project. Due to some family emergency, you went on leave. You went for leave. Some one of your teammate is taking over project. Do you think will they able to understand the project on day one or immediately? Will they be able to take up? Definitely no. Why it is all happening? Because you have written a program, you have not given a guidance or not given a clue why you have written that. What is the purpose of the each code? What if you have written a comment? This program does this task. This program does this task. So everyone can easily able to remember it, right? So to overcome this kind of things, we use comments. So as I said, comments plays vital role. Comments plays vital role while writing a program. While writing a program. Simple to say, comments plays a vital role while writing a program, any program. So what comments does, it tells us what is going inside a program. It tells us what is going on inside a program. What is going on inside the program, right? So always we use hash symbol. Always we use the to write the comment. We always prefer to use hash symbol, right? This is a comment something, right? So always the linear character hash means Python interpreter can ignore the comments. Comments are using for better understanding the program. Python interpreter ignores the comment. So for example, here how I write the program. So here already I've started writing here. So 40 is a value, is assigned to to an identifier XYZ. So this is what I have written. So now what is it easy to write? Is it easy to understand or other way around? So other way around, ABC is equal 50. So 50 is a value assigned to an identifier ABC. 50 is a value assigned to an identifier ABC. Now, how does it look like? So here in the line itself, I have written the comment. So Python interpreter, while executing the code, Python interpreter can always skip the comments or ignore the comments. So the single line comment, I can write identifier. Identifier is a combination of letters. Letters means capital. Letters means capital A to Z, or small a to Z, or digits 0 to 9, or underscore. Right? Underscore. So now keywords cannot be used as an identifier. Right? I mean, identifiers cannot be used. Keywords cannot be used as an identifier. Right? So now identifier is a combination of letters, capital A to Z or small a to Z, digits or underscore. Keywords cannot be used as an identifier. So how many comments you have written here? How many comments you have written? So in one line only I can write one comment. Here how many comments I have written? We have written the 2 comments we have written. If you want, yes, right? If you write 2 comments. What if you want to write more than 2 comments? What if you write the more than 2 comments? So advantage already we discussed, right? So right, we can if you want to write the multi-line comments, so use the three quotes. Use the 3 quotes. Hello world. Welcome to data science class. Class conducted by Koti. Majorly, it covers machine learning, ML, deep learning, and AI. Right? See here, if you want to write the more, I mean, multi-line comments without in the hash, more than one. Multi-line means more than one comment. You can use double, triple quotes. I mean, triple quotes, double, triple quotes, or single, triple quotes. Single, triple means like this. Same story you can use. Right? Same story. That means after each line, it will go to the new line. It will display the /n. That means new line. Here also after quote is new line. All right. This comment heavily we use in the daily life of the program. Right. That is all about your keywords, identifier, multi statements, and comment session. Right. Now let's see what is the date today. 15th November 2024. We discuss keywords, identifier, statements, comments. Right? Already I have discussed this. So in tomorrow, I mean next class, we'll discuss about the variables, data types, and all. We'll discuss in the next class. So always remember what is the advantage of comments. Use comments. We can make our code more understandable. We can make our program more readable, which remember what we have written. Even after 1 year, you look into that, you can easily understand. So comments can help us to ignore some codes which are the testing or anything. This offers to prevent of execution of some lines are written. So that means some of the points which you do not want to execute, it will help us here with the help of comments. So use comments. What is the use of the comments? It to tell what function does not, does everything. No need to write in detail, just write the crisp and all. Try to remove many redundant comments. Possible, try to execute, explain itself using better functional or variable name, like identifier name, what we have given. Always try to make comments as short and concise. This is the point which is need to remember very clearly. Try to make the comments as short and concise. Try to make comments as short and concise, right? These are the two things you need to remember. That's all for today. We will connect on next class. Thank you.